Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another weekly fighting roundup. And if you're on your round here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do need a like video, and let's get straight into it. So, starting off with the boxing, of course, McGann will fight October 28th. Big news for him. Of course, we had him on the channel a little while ago now, but he's on the Fury and Garner undercard. But Tijeg has joined Matchroom. Parker is set to fight Gradia September 23rd. Wilder says he has 3 years left in boxing before he retires. Cordina versus Vasquez, Nonchinger versus Curiel, Sissoko versus Lucero, and Guzman versus Ali 2 will fight November 4th. Hearn says Joshua versus Wilder may be pushed back to March or April in Vegas, so Joshua might have a fight in between then in December. It seems like the possibilities of it being in Saudi Arabia is becoming less and less likely, or at least with the original people that they were planning it to be with, because it seems like it's got a bit quiet. So the latest news on that front is the fact it might be in March or April in Vegas, which is a shame if it's going to keep getting pushed back. Moton is set to fight Flores September 30th. Azim is set to fight Petition November 18th. Green versus Gilly, Artenstall, and Hennessy versus Ben will fight October 21st. Udin has joined with Jones. TKV will fight 30th September. Estrada is in talks to fight Ioka December 31st. Eubank is set to fight Ritson November 10th. Nunes versus Nate, and Wasabi and Nick Lamal versus Pineda and B-Dave will fight October 14th. O'Leary versus Gardner, Noakes versus Perez, and Noakes will fight 23rd of September. Stevenson is set to fight De Los Santos November 16th. Parker is set to fight Keon October 28th. Tete's win versus Cunningham has been changed to a no contest. Of course, everything that went around with Tete, with him being banned for a long time for testing positive for steroids and stuff like that. Joyce has partnered with Forge Irish Stout. Wardley versus Adelaide won't be for the British title anymore. Broner will fight Howard November 4th. Maccabi will fight Michaelion November 4th. Navarrete is set to fight Conceição November 16th. That's a bit of a strange fight, one which I wasn't really expecting. It's good to see him active, but not really a huge fight really. One which possibly we could see the worst in Navarrete, because it isn't a huge fight and he seems to not always come the best against lesser opponents, but we'll have to wait and see. Garcia is set to fight Duarte November 18th, the return of Ryan Garcia from the sounds of it. Uruguay will fight a mystery opponent September 23rd. Ramirez, Meliskuziev, Cal Cruz, Tudor, and Luna will fight October 7th. Grach won by majority decision versus Lind. Biggs won by TKO in round 1 versus Mitchum. Pavlides won by unanimous decision versus Beacon. Murray won by split decision versus Masters. Nolan won by unanimous decision versus Larfield. Guzman won by TKO in round 4 versus Guerra. Miranda drew versus Sevilla. Farker won by a split decision versus Rodriguez. Barzadua won by unanimous decision versus Ilzas. Gonzalez won by unanimous decision versus Valdez. Aguirre won by unanimous decision versus Alvarado. Ruzmetov won by a unanimous decision versus Palomares. Juarez won by a unanimous decision versus Wong. Olivas won by a unanimous decision versus Guerrero. Nunes won by a KO in round 2 versus Kesa. Fierro won by a KO in round 7 versus Estella to remain WBO NABO lightweight champion. Nicholson won by unanimous decision versus Perez to become interim WBC world featherweight champion. Don't know if she'll end up fighting Serrano next. I mean, obviously Serrano's got another fight before then, so there might be. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a couple more fights before Nicholson ends up fighting Serrano. The BBFC have ordered BBOFC have ordered Bull versus Tetley. Brown won by a KO in round 1 versus Polk. Rojas won by unanimous decision versus Bustos. Coelho won by unanimous decision versus Garcia. Cardenas won by a TKO in round 2 versus Pedroza. Rincon won by unanimous decision versus Rivera. Vargas won by a TKO in round 3 versus Guardado. Johnson won by majority decision versus Quieros. Villa won by unanimous decision versus Valdez. Avila won by a unanimous decision versus Alguia to become a WBC USA welterweight champion. Zayas won by a TKO in round 5 versus Valenzuela Jr. to remain North American Boxing Federation and WBO NABO Super Welterweight champion. Ortiz won by a unanimous decision versus Moran. Lopez won by unanimous decision versus Gonzalez to remain IBF World Featherweight champion. And that was a prediction which I got bang on right. Unanimous decision. in my prediction, I said Lopez wouldn't be able to stop Gonzalez. Gonzalez is too tough, and I said Gonzalez would do his best work on the front foot, and he did that. And there was arguments that people thought that it could have been a draw, this fight. It was a close fight. Lopez had success. He was landing arguably some of the bigger shots, but Gonzalez did put him on the back foot at times, made him work, struggled. He struggled on the back foot a bit, Lopez, and I feel like weaknesses have been shown from him now, and that's what you have to do. You have to take the fight to him, but it means that he's also going to land big shots as well, and he does always land that uppercut as well. And it was an interesting fight. It was quite an entertaining fight, but it was one which didn't show the best of Lopez in my opinion. But like I said, it's what you have to do to be able to, you have to exploit weaknesses, and Gonzalez did that well and got quite unfortunate. It wouldn't surprise me if it had been a split decision really. Cervantes won via unanimous decision versus Meza. Cabrera won via unanimous decision versus Centeno. Garcia won via unanimous decision versus Benitez. Reyes won via majority decision versus Gomez. Fulcum won via KO in round 2 versus Luna. Priest won via majority decision versus Madsen. Valle won via unanimous decision versus Santizo to remain IBF and WBO world minimum weight champion. I got that one right. Valle got cut in the nose from a head clash in, I believe, round 7, but she still fought a good fight. Was a comfortable victory in my opinion, and I got it bang on as well, I believe, in the predictions wise. Might have said a stoppage, but either way I got it as a win, and so far so good prediction wise. Moraes won via unanimous decision versus Palmeiras to remain WBA Intercontinental Featherweight Champion. Zepeda won via KO in round 6 versus Gesta. I got that right. I believe I said KO via Gesta as well on the VIA prediction I did. And it was another comfortable win for him, one which, like I said, I thought would be the case. He definitely needs to step up now, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion, I think, and hopefully he will, but it was another comfortable performance and another good stoppage. Sanchez will fight September 30th, and Aram says Fury vs Usyk could happen as early as December. Do I believe that? Not for a second. Moving on now to the MMA news. UFC have partnered with the WWE to make TKO. Do I know really what that means? No. I know it's big news that they've partnered together. It means that it's going to be a lot more work going between the two. I don't really know and understand the full business aspect of TKO and all what's going to be happening with that, but I'm sure it's probably a multi-million-dollar deal, so I'm sure there's going to be lots of things going on with it, and it's going to be entertaining, and so it's only really going to be a good thing, I think, and it's nice to see. Dawson will fight Green October 7th. Knutson won via decision versus Mann. Campbell won via KO in round 1 versus Reyes. Cortez won via decision versus Jazu Davicius. Chares won via Drew versus Da Silva. Kopilov won via KO in round 2 versus Fremd. Godinez won via submission in round 2 versus Reed. Nelson won via decision versus Padilla. Silhuber won via submission in round 2 versus Giagos. Rosas Jr. won via KO in round 1 versus Mitchell. Good to see him back to winning ways. Obviously he's only young as well, so he's probably good in my opinion that he's faced adversity early on and now he's managed to bounce back comfortably and very well. Della Maddalena won via decision versus Holland, and Shevchenko drew versus Gray, so that was a very good fight, an entertaining fight, one which I thought it would. I wasn't sure if it would be a good fight in my opinion or not, but it was a very good fight, and it was a interesting showing. It showed Shevchenko's more dominance on the ground. It showed Gracio's dominance on her feet, and they're both very tough fighters. I mean, Shevchenko took some big punches, and Gracio was in a submission and probably could have tapped out easily, and nobody would have blamed her. And it was an amazing fight. Definitely showed the division in a good light, and it was what you really wanted to see, in my opinion, as to an extent neutral. I didn't really have a preference of who was going to win. But now Shevchenko seemingly met her match. Same with Gracio, to be completely honest, but I feel like they probably will, after such an entertaining fight, make a trilogy and have that for the title again. Probably means Blanchfield versus Fiora will be an interim title fight, in my opinion. Probably will end up happening, which I don't hate. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like if you didn't, like this, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.